It's a big year for Moorhead. A new high school will be complete, and Moorhead Schools will celebrate 150 years.
There's even a book to celebrate that milestone, full of stories and pictures of Spud history. That story tonight from WDAY News reporter Kevin Wallivand.
So we'll have a brief paragraph and then a map to show here's what Moorhead looked like in the 1940s.
Just hours before it heads to the editor for final tweaks and then publishing, we got a chance to see the masterpiece, years in the making.
We have about 80 different categories each decade that we're wanting to hit on: elementary life, what it was like in the community, hangouts.
The book, called Once a Spud, Always a Spud, was the dream of longtime Superintendent Lynn Kovash, who died in 2019, before the book project really got rolling. But Moorhead teacher and historian Brian Cole,
Then we'll make our final edits. It goes to the printers in October.
and a team of volunteers went through yearbooks and newspapers, museum documents, scanning them all, selecting the best pictures and stories for this new book.
You never knew each day what story was going to uncover or discover to you. But I do think the last 5-6 years, this has turned into a large class project that spans decades, generations, staff and students.
Once word got out about the book, families began sharing their stories.
You know, I've kept track of all the people who've helped, who've donated items. We're well over 600 people who have dropped items off, who have lived in the cities, and if we need something, they'll go to the State Historical Society and scan something. So I love the fact that this isn't just 5 or 10 people. This is hundreds and hundreds of Spuds, all the way back to the 1930s, bringing in items, sharing stories.
Some of those are part of the book. 300 pages, 2,000 photos. Every Moorhead graduate listed. Nearly 30,000.
We're putting it together as if it's a centennial edition of the Spud newspaper.
The book is not only a look at Moorhead School's first 150 years, but it documents the dramatic growth in our communities. From a tiny boomtown through the 60s and the many lasts before the new high school goes up. Decades of learning and change, now preserved on paper. The perfect conversation piece.
We want to honor what's gone on in the past, but also get ready for the future.
Kevin Wallivand, WDAY News.
And you can already order this Spud history book. The cost is $60. We do have a link to the Moorhead Legacy Foundation with this story at inforum.com. What a fascinating look back at so much of Moorhead history.
And the best thing, the authors are hundreds and hundreds of people. Everyone who has a connection to Moorhead High.